welcome to Lake, a news show about Bellevue. I'm Officer Carla Iafrate with the Bellevue Police Department. This month we'll share stories about school zone driving tips and Inspiration Playground, bringing recreation to all at the downtown park. But first, let's check some headlines. Bellevue firefighters and Overlake Hospital doctors will offer free blood pressure and blood sugar checks as part of Heart Week. From February 16th to the 23rd, people who work or live in Bellevue can get screenings at community centers, shopping malls, and other locations. These tests can help residents avoid or treat heart disease and diabetes, leading causes of death in the United States. For more information, call 425-452-6995. The City Council recently gave its blessing to a planning effort that will help guide downtown development and land use activity. Objectives of the Downtown Livability Initiative include enhancing downtown as a mixed-use center and improving walkability. For more information, check the project website at www.bellevuewa.gov/downtown-livability. The school year is in full swing, and that means children walking and riding. Here are some tips we put together for drivers on how to keep it safe in school zones. Slow down in school zones. Pay attention while driving. Don't be distracted by using electronic devices, cell phones, or iPods. Yield the right-of-way to pedestrians and children getting on and off the school buses. Remember to be aware of your surroundings while turning or changing lanes. Stop completely at all intersections. Pedestrians should use crosswalks and cross with the crossing sign. Inspiration Playground is a lot more than a place to have fun. Robin Hasseth brings us the story.
Lucy is my first and only child. She's 2.5. Lucy cannot stand or walk, and she primarily uses a wheelchair to get around. When she was younger, we would go to traditional playgrounds that didn't have a lot of accommodation for children like Lucy. And it was often kind of a letdown for her. She would see other kids playing, and she would sort of sit in the corner and not be able to participate. And I'm hoping that something that is an inclusive playground that allows kids with disability to play alongside kids who are readily able will encourage her to see that just because you do something in a different way doesn't mean you don't have to do it at all.
The Inspiration Playground is about getting children and adults with and without disability together in a place that they can play and interact in a natural fashion. And the reason behind that is to try to socialize people with and without disabilities, because when you get people together with and without disabilities, that's when that perceptual shift takes place. And you start looking at the individual and you stop noticing the disability.
We've been raising 2 daughters who both were born with special needs issues. Older one was born with Down syndrome. I have second daughter, she was born normal, we thought, but then later it was turned out to be she has autism. We let our kids spend far too long at home because of their limited function, social function. But with this new facility, they can actually go there and they can have a chance to enhance their social function, their skills. I think they need to have that as a tool, to learn to live.
The main partners in the project are Bellevue Rotary Club and the City of Bellevue. And right now we're in the fundraising phase and design phase. So we're looking at getting contributions from corporations and foundations, and then also the contributions coming from my own Rotary Club. We're looking for input from different parents, particularly parents of children with disabilities.
I'm really hoping that this is one of those special places where my daughter, who happens to have cerebral palsy, is included in, rather than a place where it is accessible, but when we get there, the participation level is basically watching other people play.
The playground is going to have these a lot of the standard playground elements like swings and slides and sand and water and things you'd find in any playground. But I think what's going to be really unique about it is how accessible they're going to be. So whether you're in a wheelchair or if you're a parent that has a disability, you're going to be able to get in there and really have a wonderful time, play with your kids, and have all the kids interact together. The Inspiration Playground is going to be located in the downtown Bellevue Park, where there's an existing playground there now. The park itself is a jewel for our city. And to have a playground that reflects the quality of the park, and also to make it accessible, truly accessible for children and adults with and without disabilities, that's why it's such an important part. There aren't a lot of play opportunities for kids with disabilities in our area.
And I've seen play structures that allow wheelchairs to be pushed up onto. And I know at first look, some people will see those play structures and go, yeah, but then once the wheelchair gets up there, all they do is watch. But the difference is, to a 6-year-old, that play structure isn't a play structure. It's a castle or a pirate ship, and it makes all the difference in the world to a 6-year-old whether they have to always be outside of the castle or whether they can be a princess in the castle.
To support the Inspiration Playground, contact the Rotary Club of Bellevue at 425-998-7542 or Bellevue Parks and Community Services at 425-452-7686. For more information, visit www.bellevuerotary.net.
And now, take a look at some upcoming events in February. This month, there are some great activities for all ages and abilities. On February 8th, teens from all Bellevue middle schools are invited to the Valentine Friendship Dance, 7 to 10 p.m. at Crossroads Community Center. All students must show their middle school ASB cards to enter the dance. The cost is $5 per person, payable at the door. No pre-registration is required. For more information, call 425-452-4874. Also on February 8th, come to Disco Dance, a fun event for teens and adults with intellectual disabilities. The dance will be held from 7 to 9:30 p.m. at Highland Community Center and will feature a DJ playing great music from the 1970s. The event is for ages 16 and older. The cost is $9 for residents or $11 for non-residents. For more information and to pre-register, please call 425-452-7686. On February 12th from 2 to 4 p.m., adults ages 18 and up are invited to party at Sweetheart Dance at the North Bellevue Community Center. The Sound of Swing will perform. The cost is $3 per person, payable at the door. No pre-registration is required. For more information, call 425-452-7681. And if you're looking for some outdoor winter fun, take part in a ranger-led program such as a hike or an environmental workshop at Lewis Creek Park, Mercer Slough Nature Park, or the Lake Hills Greenbelt. For more information, call 425-452-2565 or 425-452-4195.
Hello, my name is Lieutenant Troy Donlin with the Bellevue Fire Department, and I'm here today with 2 cardiac physicians from Overlake Medical Center to talk to you about heart disease and how to prevent it. Dr. Binford and Dr. Fowler, Bobby, earlier we were discussing the importance of knowing what your blood sugar levels are. Can you describe what that's about?
Well, high blood sugar or diabetes is a major risk factor for other diseases such as kidney disease, vascular disease, cardiac disease, stroke. And if you know what your blood sugar is and you know if you have diabetes, then you can get treatment. And with adequate treatment, we can reduce the risk of developing those diseases as well as other complications of diabetes.
So it's important to know your blood sugar level. We talked about obesity playing into it. Smoking is never a good thing. Maybe some family history that you should be aware of. Jeff, we also talked about high blood pressure. Why is it important to know your blood pressure?
Well, high blood pressure is a very common ailment in the United States. In fact, it affects probably 30% of the American population. It's been known as the silent killer because it doesn't have symptoms frequently, and the only way to identify high blood pressure or hypertension is through screening and blood pressure checks. There are great treatments that can reduce blood pressure and reduce the likelihood of going on to develop these more serious complications, and hence the importance of screening and early treatment.
Thank you very much. And to know your numbers for free, you can join us for Heart Week, February 16th to the 23rd. We're going to be throughout Bellevue at different venues, and if you'd like to find out where and when, just please visit us at bellevuewa.gov or overlakehospital.org. Thank you for your time.
That's our show for this month. For more information about featured segments, please visit us online at bellevuewa.gov. I'm Officer Carla Iafrate. Thanks for watching this edition of Lake to Lake.